And good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning, or good afternoon, and good evening, my friends. Pour yourself a cup of coffee or your favorite morning drink, and let's spend the next few minutes growing together. Let me just fix a few things here, and we will start our morning coffee and conversation with Joyce. So, let me just see. See, I'm not very techy. So let's start with this. All right. So, good morning, everyone. Good evening or good afternoon, wherever you are tuning in or watching. And welcome to Morning Coffee and Conversations with Joyce. I am Joyce Domingo, and I want to thank you for choosing to spend a few minutes of your morning with me, whether you're joining me live, watching the replay, or listening while you're getting ready for your day. I'm truly grateful you're here. My hope is that every time we gather over a cup of coffee, you leave feeling encouraged, inspired, and reminded that no matter where you are in life, there's always room to grow, to learn, and to begin again. This is a place for real conversation about life, mindset, personal growth, overcoming challenges, and finding purpose in everyday moments. I'll share lessons from my own journey because I believe some of life's greatest teachers are the experiences we've lived through. So, grab your favorite cup of coffee or tea, get comfortable, and let's have a conversation that I hope will brighten your day and encourage your heart. Welcome to Morning Coffee and Conversations with Joyce. Just give me a moment. Let's just reflect on today or get our day going. So, what do you guys do first thing in the morning? So, what I do, I'm sorry, there's just a light reflecting, so I'm trying to adjust that. So, what I do, I first listen to um, a YouTube um, by one of our coaches that she has created, and that actually starts my day right. You know, my ring light is situated and it's kind of, let me probably move my light in a different way. Let me see what I can do and see if I can do this. All right, sorry guys. Okay, so today's topic is something that completely changed the way I looked at success. We often think our lives change because of one big decision, but the truth is, let me just put my volume a little bit higher. But the truth is, our lives shaped by the little decisions we make every single day. The best version of ourselves isn't built overnight. It's built one habit, one choice, one conversation, and one step at a time. So today, I want to talk about, um, for today's episode, it is growing into the best version of yourself. And I'm on my episode 3 right now. We did talk about life's lesson last Thursday, which is work smarter, not harder. So today I want to talk about why we want quick results. And it's a very common thing that any of us, whether you're doing a business or just life as a whole, you always want to do it quick, simple, and right there and then. We live in this world where everyone wants instant success. We want instant weight loss, instant money, instant confidence, instant followers, instant results. But real growth doesn't happen instantly. Just like planting a seed, you don't wake up the next morning expecting a tree. There was a time in my life when I wanted everything to happen quickly. I worked multiple jobs trying to get ahead, but what was the result? I got burnt out. I was so exhausted. I lost time with my children. I lost time for myself. Um, I was always on the go, didn't even have a time to stop or smell the roses, that kind of thing. So looking back, I realized that the biggest changes didn't happen overnight. They happened because I kept showing up. I was consistent. You know. A second one is the power of daily choices. Our future is often determined by the choices nobody else sees. Like, for example, instead of scrolling social media for an hour, use that time to read a book. You don't have to read a whole book. You can read one chapter or 10 pages. And instead of complaining, try to practice the power of gratitude. Be thankful. See the good things in life instead of saying or complaining about one thing. Stop and look at the good side of it, um, or look at the positivity of it. And instead of saying, I'll start tomorrow, why start now? Start today. So small choices compound. So here is one example. Instead of like in the morning, I got so busy and I usually forget to walk the dog, or I kept Pepper waiting for me to walk. So instead of going for long walks, I'll just say, okay, let's go for a short walk. So we just go out, go around the block, and that also gives me the time to enjoy the moment, enjoy the weather, right? And choices like eating healthier or what other things, like personal development, reading a book or learning something or trying to um, do something for yourself, building a relationships, showing up consistently on social media. Those are the things that when you do it in small things, the result of that later on will be better. You know. Um, I want to share a little bit of my personal story, and I have been very open how I started. I started with when I became a single mom. I worked 3 jobs. I worked 3 jobs, not because I wanted to, because circumstance made me do that. The 2 jobs alone was already very taxing for me, but money wasn't enough. And the hours were not that great, and the pay was not enough to cover the two jobs. So I decided to take on a third one. You know, when I had the three jobs, I missed family moments. Um, I was so tired all the time, and I thought working harder was the only answer. Then I discovered another way. It wasn't easy, it wasn't instant. I was very skeptic, not because of what I found out, but because I was skeptic of my ability to do it. But what happened was, even though I had fear of learning new things, I still took the challenge. Every day, I spent 2 hours after work to learn the thing. So, but every day I learned something new. And every day I became a little stronger. Every day I became a little bit confident. So those small changes changed my life. And you know, I each day that I take on, I made sure that I am better each day. So let me ask you, what is one small habit you're working on this month or even this week? What is one thing you'd like to improve? What tiny action can you do today? Or what tiny action can you take today? Think about that. For those of you who are listening and who will be watching me on a replay, um, share your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. So, again, never estimate small beginnings. Um, every expert, we have to remember that every expert was once a beginner, and every leader was once unknown, and every successful business started with one customer. So every confident speaker started with one conversation, right? So for business connection, I often say this because it's true. Building an online business isn't about becoming successful overnight. It's about becoming the person who is capable of handling success. When I mentor people, I don't just teach business, I encourage personal growth. I push them to be um, good leaders. I, although they don't really know that, some people don't know their ability that they can be good leaders. So that's where I come. I kind of push them to take on some leadership roles, even if it's very little. I encourage confidence. I encourage them to be consistent. And because those qualities, will serve you in every area of life. So I'd like everyone listening today to ask yourself this question: what is one small decision that I can make today that my future self will thank me for? Maybe it's one phone call, sending one message, reading one chapter, taking a walk, drinking more water, starting your dream. Whatever it is, start today. So I'd like to share with you a quote. Just give me a second. So let me share with you the quote for today. Your life changes the moment your daily habits change. Small choices made consistently create extraordinary results. So, my challenge for you today is today's coffee challenge. That's what I'm going to call it. Write one small action you'll commit to today. Write one small action you'll commit to today. Write it in a comment below, then come back tomorrow or on Thursday and tell us if you did it. You know, what one small action you'll commit to today. All right. I know that I'm a little bit kind of distracted today. My son is behind me listening, and I'm not really um, very, I'm not used to having an audience listening to me. So um, I was a little bit shy when I started, and I got a little bit distracted. And I hope on Thursday I'll be a little bit better, even though I've practiced this so much. Um, I hope you've learned something um, for today's morning coffee with me. So again, thank you so much for joining me for another morning coffee and conversation. Remember, you don't have to become perfect today. You just have to become a little better than yesterday. One choice, one habit, one day at a time. That's how extraordinary lives are built, right? And I'm so happy that you guys are here with me, listening, joining me. If you're watching the replay, please like, share, and comment on what you would like to hear for my next one. So I'm always here Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 o'clock in the morning. So as we come to today's as we come to the end of today's morning coffee and conversation, I want to thank you for spending part of your morning with me. I truly believe that every day is an opportunity to learn something new, grow a little, grow a little stronger, and become a little better than we were yesterday. We don't have to make giant leaps. We just need to keep taking full steps forward, little steps. So if today's conversation encouraged you, I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts in the comments, ask a question, or tell me what resonated with you the most. Our conversations don't have to end when this live ends. If you know someone who could use a little encouragement today, please share this video. You never know whose day might be changed by a simple message of hope. Thank you again for being part of this wonderful community. It means more to me than you know. Until next time, keep believing in yourself, keep learning, keep growing, and remember, it's never too late to create a life you truly love. Have a beautiful day. God bless, and I'll see you for another morning coffee and conversation with Joyce. So, this is Joyce Domingo. I'm wishing you a wonderful day, and thank you.